Okay, hey guys, my name is Jason.
And I'm Brent, and welcome to Perform 360 and your first 8-week challenge with us.
Yeah, we're super pumped and super excited for this 8-week challenge. We've got a lot to get through, and we just want to give you a bit more of an insight about, I guess, all the processes behind the logistics of how we operate and how we run the 8-week challenge. So you're fully aware, and you can go back and use this video as frequently as you wish if you're unsure of any information. Obviously, we're here in person. We want you to come and talk to us if you have any questions, comments, or anything like that. However, we're just going to go through the logistics now for you and take it from there.
Yeah, so a lot of people, they use this 8-week challenge as a bit of a launching pad into their health and fitness. So whether you've been training for a little bit or you're just getting started, having access to the nutrition from our sports dietitian and the training sessions with our expert coaches, it's a really quick way to fast track everything, to get you back on track, to make sure you're understanding how to eat better, how to train properly, and just be taken through the whole process. It's quite easy, to get caught up in all the information that's out there. So all you have to know is that we've gone through all that. Our sports dietitian has cut through all the nutrition stuff to make sure that you have a meal plan that's spot on. And we've gone through all the training science to make sure your training sessions meet all that criteria, and they're going to get you a result over the 8 weeks.
Yeah, as Brent said, there's definitely a lot of thought and a lot of process over a 17-year period of running the 8-week or 10-week or 12-week programs. So we've definitely sort of understand human nature, what people can sustain, how people can train and get the best results, but not obviously drive them into the ground nutritionally and training as well. So it's really, really important that we encourage the holistic view of good results but sustainable nutrition and training that you can sort of keep going forever and a day. As Brent said, there's a lot of noise out there in terms of 8-week challenges and cookie cutter diets and things like that, so we want to be really personalized and deliver the best program that you've ever experienced.
Yeah, spot on. So the people that get the best results out of the challenge are the ones that stick to it. They do the shopping when they need to, they cook the foods, they come to the nutrition seminars, they come to the workshops that we run, and they just immerse themselves in the culture of the gym and the 8-week challenge. So it is, during the 8 weeks it's awesome. People are buzzing in the gym, it's a really good culture, a really good vibe, and it's good to be around like-minded individuals that are all working towards that same sort of thing over the 8 weeks. So yeah, the people who really nail it are the ones that they just do all those things. Yeah. They don't overthink too much. They just do the small things really well every day to get the big result over the 8 weeks.
Yeah. That's perfectly put. The community, the best teams in the world are teams, that sort of communicate well, and that's part of our ethos is give you the tools that you need to do and meal plans and training, but without supportive crew like the coaches and your fellow participants, it's going to be a bit of a tough ask if you don't have that support. So we're huge on support. Contact your coach or us if you've got any questions that you can bounce off, run ideas past. We're going to go through the logistics, but there's obviously communication platforms that we use in terms of getting your point across or asking questions. So yeah, sink your teeth right into it. The people that get the results are people who are into the program. They talk to other fellow participants, they talk to the coaches, they turn up, and they do the workshops as well. So it's really important that you sort of sink right into it.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll just go through a few of the logistics. So there'll be, I guess when you signed up, the coach would have gone through the training apps that you need to get. So you need to make sure you get the Perform 360 and the Train Heroic app. The Perform 360 app is where you book all of your training sessions. Okay, so you need to, our facility, you need to book in to train, because we do cap numbers to make sure that we can offer the best quality service to you guys. So definitely book in. You can book in about 3 weeks ahead of time. So go through that, book your sessions. And then the Train Heroic app is where you track all of your progress. You'll be able to see the training sessions popping up. We load them on a Sunday for the whole week. So you'll be able to see, I guess, if you've got a goal where you want to work more lower body strength, you'll be able to see what's happening on that day. So a quick rundown: Monday, Wednesday, Friday are more lower body dominant days, and then Tuesday and the Thursday are more upper. So how we can structure a week is, if you want to focus more on lower body strength, then you go something like a a Monday small group PT, a Thursday small group PT, and then a Friday small group PT. So that's going to hit 2 lower body sessions and 1 upper body session. And then we want to throw in some recovery sessions. So we want to throw in some yoga, some movement, or some gymnastics to help that body recover, as well as stretch therapy. You want to make sure that you're getting maybe 1 to 3 of those a week. Okay, so book in your 3 small group PTs, and then add in as much of the other stuff as you want, but aim to get at least between 1 to 3 of the yoga, stretch therapy, or movement training sessions.
Yeah, can't stress that enough. You know, like we're big on the mobility, using the elements of yoga and stretch therapy and movement, because we obviously want to see no injuries, and we want to see increased mobility for performance and strength and fat loss. You know, if you're more mobile, you're able to push a sled faster, ride a bike faster, lift a heavier bar. So at the end of the day, it's going to help you burn more calories at a resting state as well. So it's really, really important. It all ties in together to use everything that we do here. That's why we call ourselves 360, because we do have that complete approach to health and fitness that we believe that that everybody needs. So yeah, sink your teeth into again to the recovery sessions as well.
Yeah. So we look at. So in our training sessions, there are 5 main components, okay? The first one, we have the mobility. So we do look at mobility as quality of life. Being able to actively achieve posture and position is crucial to reducing the risk of injury and improving performance. Then we move into a strength phase. And strength, you need strength to be resilient in life, okay? You need to be strong to be useful. The next phase is a accessory phase, so more structural balance. That'll balance out any asymmetries that you have in your body. So it'll balance out the left and the right side to make sure that things are even. So if something's not even, that's called an asymmetry, and we know that an asymmetry will lead to an injury if not corrected. The fourth part is we move into some conditioning, because we want to make sure that our members, they have a good base level of fitness to tackle whatever they need to. So if one of your mates gives you the call and they're like, hey, we need someone to fill in touch footy Wednesday night, you have the ability to do so without the risk of blowing a knee or blowing a hamstring. And the last part is the cool down. So the active recovery, or the recovery session that we do at the very end, is very important to down-regulate the body, to make sure when you leave the gym, you're actually hitting that recovery phase the moment you finish your training session. Not when you get home, not when you're having dinner, not when you're falling asleep, but the moment you finish your training session, you're in that recovery phase.
Yep. Good. So just to rehash on the testing days, so the fundamentals category, basically all you need to look at is in the Perform 360 app, the booking app, all you need to make sure that you've done is book your fundamental testing, and that's where we do your before photos, your mobility photos, then that's where we do a little bit of a strength test. Nothing's too strenuous, and we do a little bit of conditioning as well. So they're the 3 things, the 4 things that we test for on that day. It takes about an hour to do. So the process on the Saturday, you'll walk into the door, you'll be greeted by someone at the counter, and they'll direct you in then to get your before photos taken. Just while we're on the before photos, look, you can wear whatever you want to wear. A lot of the women, there will be a female taking the photos, but a lot of the women are a little bit more reserved to sort of maybe wear a crop top and things like that. But then they're disappointed at 8 weeks' time when they wish they had have sort of wore a crop top, so you can really see the difference and change. So look, it's completely up to you. There's no sort of obligation about what you have to wear, but it's whatever you're comfortable with. But as I said, it'll be behind closed doors, and we won't use your photos unless we get
that's a big one.
Yeah, unless we get approval from you guys. So look, it stays safe with us, and then if you don't want to use it, you don't have to let us use it. So that's no problem. And then you'll be directed to some 3 stretching photos, because we want to see some transformation in mobility as well, not just standing in front of a camera with not much clothing on, but and then moving into your strength and fitness. So we record everything, and that's what you do at the end as well in 8 weeks' time.
Yeah, so we have a Facebook group which you'll be added to, or we'll give you the
Yeah.
Got the description, the heading of the Facebook group you can search for. It'd be a closed group as well, so only for people on this 8-week challenge. And that's where we post a bunch of stuff in there. We try and get the community just conversing over, what they're eating, how they're training, how they're going, how they're feeling, all these sort of things. If you don't have Facebook, it's not the end of the world. We will be emailing out if there is something important that we need to discuss or let you guys know about, we will be emailing that out as well.
Yeah, Ange does some live chats in Facebook, live Q&A in the Facebook group, which we're only happy to record or somehow get to the people that aren't on Facebook. But a lot of the communication still will be via email, so please ensure that you check your emails, that it doesn't go to junk from us, and that's another way that we're going to communicate. Obviously, the first form of communication is face-to-face inside the gym, so that's what we prefer. But just to get those, some of the finer details out, we will be emailing or Facebook. So,
yeah. So I guess do you reckon that's everything?
In terms of the Facebook, so you would have been you will be emailed the links to the Facebook group. There's 2 groups: our main member page, which is sort of made up of all our members. And then there's a 8-week challenge specific page. So make sure you read the first email that comes out. It's very, very important that you sort of understand. It sort of rehashes about what we've spoken about now, but it is important to understand fully about what's happening on the Saturday and moving forward as well, and how to structure your week. That's very important as well.
Oh, definitely. If you have any questions about how to structure the week, or what you should be doing to get the results that you want over the 8 weeks, just have a chat with one of the coaches. You will be assigned to a coach. Then the coach will follow up with you over the 8 weeks, and that's just like your go-to, your contact. So if you have any questions, instead of one coach just getting bombarded with heaps of people, every coach just gets to divvy that up. It's easier on the workload, and it gives you like a go-to guy for that, which you can ask any question regarding like meal plans, training sessions, and how you should structure things.
Also too, just one last thing, in the email, the very first email with a few links to the Facebook group, there's also another link to what we call a habit survey. So there's about sort of 12 to 15 questions in that habit survey. It's really good for us as coaches to understand you and your lifestyle away from the gym. It sort of talks about sleep, it talks about these other things, about what's in your pantry. If you can be as honest as you can and fill that out, it's really, really important for us to understand where you are at in your current situation. Otherwise, we can't help you. If we don't understand you, we can't help you. So that's very, very important for us to get that information. So, and that will be divvied up to the coach, and we'll be sending you personalised emails based around those habits and what we want you to work on, and how we can sort of help you, sort of get some improvement on some of those questions if we found that there's some markers that we need to be looked at. So that's important. And there are skin folds as well. We talk about skin folds with Angie. Angie is our sports dietitian who has written the meal plans, both fundamental meal plans and the athletic meal plans. There's a little bit of a difference between the meal plans, which she's going to go into detail as far as how to read those meal plans. And so she's going to do another video for you guys so you can fully understand and how to comprehend everything that we send out to you. But and she also does the skin fold measurements. So it is a caliper device that will pinch your skin, and it's only with her, and she tracks it on her tracking sheet. And obviously we want us to do that at the start and do that at the end. It is a very, very proven and scientific way of measuring body composition. For people that might not necessarily lose too much weight on the scales, might lose 2 or 3 kilos on the scales, but they might lose 5 kilos of body fat. So, and that's a really nice way for us to get a true understanding about what's happening as far as body fat reduction, muscle gain, and things like that. So there's a lot of science and a lot of, teachings and preciseness, I guess, with the skin folding. So that's why Ange is taking care of that, and she'll do your after measurements as well.
Yep. Is that pretty much everything?
I think that's about everything.
Yeah, so as you can see, it is a very comprehensive 8-week challenge where you'll be guided through the entire process by your coach, who you'll be assigned next week.
Yep.
Anything?
Communication. Let's just rehash the importance of communication. Without it, there is no team, and we want a nice solid team, and everyone
Yep.
get the awesome results. And we look forward to training you. We look forward to educating you. We look forward to implementing, you know, this into your life, and no doubt that you're gonna really enjoy it, and just be prepared for a whole bunch of education, because we believe that will last forever. Is the education side of things, and sink your teeth into it. Get ready. It's going to be amazing. We can't wait.
We'll see you on Saturday.